Hello, everybody. I am Reginald Bullock, and we're here with Trey, and this is Just Living Life. I hope you've been watching us and looking at some of the other episodes and learning. We have fun doing it, so we're glad that you're here joining us, and we're about to do it again. What's up, Trey?
What's up, Reggie? How's everything with you, man?
All's good in the hood, man.
Hey, I understand that. As always, actually, I was about to lie. It's not always good, but at least end of the day, though, I try to at least sleep peacefully, knowing that the day's going at least somewhat productive. There's always a nice little journey, always some progression forward. So, but yeah, so I guess when it comes to power, then we both agree it's more so on the internal aspect than the external. Um, how do you lose power then if it's internal?
So there are so many things that can cause stress, and stress causes physiological impact. And depression and all kinds of different things where you just go down a road and you go so far down the road that you're no longer here where you were,
Right.
and you can lose your power. You can lose,
But it's
you,
internal.
you can lose, yeah, but you can lose yourself.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And that's my point. Um, I'll put it out there. People commit suicide, right? And so to some extent, they've lost something, and they've made a choice, right? And so, or they were looking for something. And I can't speak for all people who commit suicide, but my brother committed suicide. So, I've had to live with that all my life. But the point is that people sometimes do things, or external forces happen that just take you off your game.
That's real.
Divorce, man. I've seen a lot of people go down a dark road as a result of divorce and just become a different person. They've changed, right? And living out of their car now, right? And so it has a significant impact on their mindset, and as a result, they're not the same person. Drugs can do the same thing to people, right? And so,
That's tough.
yeah,
Because I think drugs actually can. Drugs is one thing where I feel like you can change, but I feel like it's deteriorating you. So
what do you mean you can change?
Like in terms when you said like you can't, it will make you change. Like if you start doing drugs and you can get addicted,
Yeah,
I think it deteriorates you. So I hate saying that is a change because it technically is.
call it what you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a change. It's not that internal change I'm talking about, but again, it is a
But
change.
you had power.
That
You had power over a lot of things, and now you've given your power to something else. And that's the other thing. You can consciously decide to give your power to something or someone else.
Yeah, but just you. But it sounds like it's easy to give it away though, right?
It can be for some people. I think it is. Like, I watch this whole bullying thing, right? And it frustrates me because on one hand, we own our own brain.
Yeah.
And we can choose or not choose, but we can choose to not listen. We can choose to turn the radio off. Yeah. You could choose to not scream at the television and tell them to shoot the ball, and they can't hear you anyway. But you still screaming and telling them to shoot the ball, right? But so that's my point, right? We have all of these choices, but we give that power to the television. We give that power to someone else, and so therefore, when these kids are being bullied, right, they haven't been trained to control their brain yet,
right?
And someone else is already in control of their brain, in control of their power. They've taken their power from them. They've given it to them, somewhat not freely, but they've given their power away. And now they're being bullied, and they're crying, and they're, doing all kinds of stuff, inflicting pain upon themselves, scared to go to school, yada, 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 because they feel powerless. And this is one of the things I love being a leadership coach, because I get to help folks to find themselves and their power.
Okay.
And get it back.
We talked about hobbies. I think that kind of also brought us into how are we living too, because you told us about what we like to do. Then let's see here. We talked about power, but before we talked about that, well, what else?
Change.
I don't know about that. You sure we changed? We talked about change?
Yeah, you talked about change. He talked about change.
Maybe I'm forgetting. My bad. I'm getting old nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. No, we talked about change. But yeah, so now we talked about change and then we ended off with power. I think that was a good little segment though.
Yeah.
And again, if y'all haven't been watching, all these episodes do kind of build on top of one another because we talked about building and expanding foundation.
Mhm.
We didn't talk about intelligence and hustle. Oh, we talked about hustle, not intelligence.
But we talked about intelligence and hustle in a different
Oh yeah,
episode.
I just meant on this episode. We didn't
Okay.
like everything builds and expands upon one another. We're not talking about all the episodes,
Right.
but we will reference other ones. So I
Yes,
hope y'all are enjoying that. Even Reggie said something about cutting grass, and you saw my reaction is still
Yard work. Yard work. You're gonna do you one day you're gonna change. You're gonna do your
I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna adapt, though. There's one change. I promise there's one thing I will keep from youth to adulthood is I don't like yard work.
all right. I hear you.
I don't. But I mean,
There's always tomorrow.
not do yard work. But I think that's the perfect time though to end the segment. We can skip flowers today because you were talking about yard work too much. That's too close to yard work. I don't like flowers enough that much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a good one. But please, before you do that, hit that like button, subscribe. Tell anybody who's anyone about the show. If you want to leave a comment or two, we appreciate that. My name is Reggie. My name is Trey. This is Reggie, and you listen to Just Living Life. So, hope you all have a good one. Take care.
All right.